Oh my God. My hand bleeding through my glove. It's the KTM 690 Enduro R in the Honda CRF250l Rally. How does Zane compete with this bike? Now granted, Zane is younger, I'm older, but I have a lot more experience. I'll follow you. And I can ride the heck out of a motorcycle. But he has managed to beat me, and he's done it by adopting a really unique skill set, almost like how you would ride a little dirt bike. But he's 120 pounds. He's a skinny guy, hadn't filled out yet, and he's on a fully filled a 350-pound bike, and he can just snatch this thing around, as is evidence in the video. I'd like to see footage of other people riding a CRF250l Rally in the way that Zane rides it. You know, it's a big bike, and the skill set, we call it the pronghorn technique, is basically how he's able to dog this bike around. And it's a combination of, like I said, it's like a mastery of the clutch, because this bike doesn't have a lot of power for its weight, you know, and it's a mastery of the clutch combined with a very unique use of shock rebound, and of course extraordinary line selection that came from Zane's lifelong riding. And Zane can predict. He can run a line, you know, about 5 moves deep, about 50 yards. And we're going to show you one of those exactly. And I'm going to hopefully get Zane to tell me a little bit about it. And then we're going to show you some links to who Zane has studied and how he became able to ride like he does, and whose techniques that he's used. I'm going to put those links in here as well. I'm here with Zane, and so Zane, take me through this particular line. That's the one that intrigued me so much.
All right.
Let's get to it. You come through here, boom, you just blast that thing as though you've been there 100 times, right. And I'd like to know what you were thinking.
Alright, let's go back all the way to the beginning. Look at there.
Boom. Alright, take us back through it here.
Alright. So, the first little part I wheelied because I found that you can land softer but also get maximum rebound from your shocks if you have an upcoming obstacle. Okay. As soon as I come down, you'll see my body come up right here.
I got you.
And as I'm doing that, I'm also kicking the back out with my my foot.
So I guess what I would call it the pronghorn is like that direction change in the air.
And it's pretty easy when it's in the air. It's not weighted, you know. So yeah, and I lift my body up to get over this little hump right here. And then as soon as I do, I put all that force down instead of up. Because if I would put it up right here, I would have just hit the bank and my front tire would have just slammed into the riverbed. So instead I put it down and used the shock rebound to launch over the river. A big thing is pick it and stick it. It's what we've always learned. It's when you've made the decision for a line, you can't really go back. It either works or it doesn't. Give me some throttle and we'll make it out of here.
That's awesome. You know, this being a line that you've never done on a bike that big, as little as we are as people, that's impressive. It really is.
Thank you.
And then when you cleared the creek, how could you hear the motor with me laughing so loud? And so that's why we kind of jokingly call this the pronghorn to begin with. And there's probably actually names for it, but
we don't know.
but we don't know them. Don't care. So it's like we said, it's the mastery of the clutch to get the most power out of the motor as it's needed. It's the willingness to pick it and stick it, to choose a line, and I may have said it in the video, we all kind of pick it and stick it and choose a line, but Zane has adopted an ability to stretch that out maybe 4 or 5 moves ahead, which is really complicated for me to catch. And what would be the last thing? The shock rebound.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and committing to those lines and allowing the bike to jump around, because it's terrifying to have a bike that big. Granted, a CRF250l is not a huge bike. The Rally's even a little bigger. It's got a lot of gas. It's getting into the adventure bike realm, and
but it still has the 250 power, which really makes it really underpowered, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you're able to get it to hop around like that, and it's just plain impressive. I would love to hear or see other people riding it like that, and we're going to throw in some links to some people that Zane has studied over the years, I've studied over the years, and hopefully get you hopping your GS 1200 around like a pronghorn.
There you go.
Story Moto out.